Hello everyone. Today I would like to share my research topic, cognitive paths and semantic realization, and analysis of animal metaphors in Chinese and English. My research mainly focuses on the semantic distribution and cognitive patterns of animal metaphors, and eventually tries to construct a cognitive path model. In the following, I will broadly develop my research conception. First of all, we need to understand that animal metaphors often have unique semantic features in different languages and cultures. Just like the fox, we will think fox is sweet or cunning, but in different cultures they may have a different opinion. Therefore, this study asks three core questions. Do the positive and negative semantic distribution of animal metaphors in different languages reflect consistent cognitive tendencies? The second is there a fixed pattern of cognitive mapping from source domain to target domain? The last one is how to construct a cognitive path model for animal metaphors. Through these questions, my study helps to reveal the semantic features and patterns of animal metaphors in cross-cultural contexts, and to provide new research perspectives for metaphor research. My literature review focuses on two core theories, conceptual metaphors theory and semantic field theory. According to Lakoff and Johnson, the core of metaphor lies in the cognitive mapping from source domain to target domain. Animal metaphors achieve abstraction in linguistic expressions by assigning specific attributes to animals. For example, a lion stands for bravery. And semantic field is the structured distribution of words in the semantic system. By analyzing the semantic fields of animal vocabulary in different languages, we can reveal the differences and consistency of metaphors in cross-cultural contexts. Based on these theories, the current existing research mainly takes the positive and negative semantic distribution of animal metaphors, cognitive mapping rules, and the construction of path models as important directions. The cultural and contextual dependence of metaphors is revealed, and some scholars adopt semantic embedding models to reveal the combination of fixed mapping and dynamic adjustments in the path of metaphor generation, reflecting the principle of language evolution with the times. Similarly, some scholars believe that extracting and quantitatively analyzing the semantics of the metaphors in the corpus can help reveal the similarities and differences with typical traits in different languages. Most of the studies on animal metaphors focus more on specific languages, and the definition of positive and negative semantics is not very clear, and the consistency verification of animal metaphors in cross-cultural contexts is still insufficient. And existing studies lack a specific framework for cognitive path modeling of animal metaphors. These gaps provide entry points for my study. In terms of research methodology, to ensure that I can explore my research question as much as possible. So I will adopt a mixed methods approach, combining quantitative corpus analysis and qualitative interviews to explore the semantic distribution, cognitive mapping, and the construction of the cognitive model for animal metaphors in cross-cultural contexts. The specific method as follows. In terms of corpus analysis, 100 animal metaphor phrases will be screened from Aesop's fables and the 聊斋志异 each, and by means of metaphor labeling methodology, I will classify their positive and negative semantic tendency and source domain target domain mapping relationships. These distribution patterns were analyzed to answer the question of whether the positive and negative semantic distributions of animal metaphors in different languages reflect consistent cognitive tendencies. And for the interview study, 20 native speakers of English and Chinese will be selected to explore their semantic understanding and cultural association with respect to the labeled animal metaphors in the corpus. After data collection, the Rational Speech Acts model will be introduced to dynamically adjust the mapping rules of metaphor semantics by incorporating cultural context and psychological distance to better explain the dynamic regulation mechanism of metaphors. Eventually, corpus analysis and interview data will be integrated to verify whether the cognitive mapping from the source domain to target domain has a fixed pattern, and to provide empirical support for the construction of the dynamic regulation mechanism, serving the construction of the cognitive path model. And in the, I also want to highlight a point. During this research process, I also take the ethical issues into account. The ethical issues will be fully considered to ensure that the collection and the use of the interview data follow strict privacy protection principles. Our interviewees will sign an informed consent form based on voluntary participation, and their personal information will be kept strictly confidential and used only for research analysis to ensure that ensure the transparency and ethical compliance of the research process. And from my perspective, I think this study is trying to analyze the differences in the semantic field distribution of animal metaphors in different languages. I think it can provide a new perspective and the theoretical basis for semantic analysis in linguistics. Meanwhile, the study also wants to explain the transformation pattern of metaphors from cognitive thinking to linguistic expressions, which bridges the gaps in the research on the combination of the cognition and the semantics. By analyzing animal metaphors in cross-cultural context, the study will provide several typical cases to support the explanatory power and operability of the metaphor theory in practical applications. But it also has some limitations, such as lack of a stable corpus of animal metaphors, limiting data, completeness and representativeness. Because I just use a fable and Lao uses two data, and it's not the newest. Yes, and it's not very comprehensive. And then, broad analysis of semantic field may handle detailed study of specific categories, such as some scholars just want to figure out the negative semantic between the relationship between the negative semantic with the metaphor, and then the cultural tables and the sensitivities may affect the data collection and analysis. And the last one is cognitive test models may not apply universally due to the individual conceptual differences because we all have our own thinking. Yes. So that's all of my presentation. Maybe it's not very complete, but thanks for your attention.